Yoga for healing. Let's see what's in the energy. Most High God, ancestors, archangels, what is it that we need to know? Communication, magnetism, creativity, and being successful in your accomplishments, having the willpower to be resourceful and concentrate, being dedicated to your manifestations. What is in the present position? Ace of Pentacles is in the present position. With Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Partnership, expansion, planning and making decisions, making the correct decisions, being rooted in your foundation, staying stable in your planning and following through. What is the challenge of this position? Strength. The fire, Leo energy. The only challenge is having the passion and the courage to face your demons, to face those obstacles that seem too big to take them on. Because the only obstacle there really truly is yourself and what you tell yourself. In the past position, justice was blocked and you were stuck. You felt trapped. You felt trapped because you were telling yourself or trying to figure out how to get out of a situation, how to bring in justice. That's why you needed to have the courage for this stability. There we have, speaking about unions and coming together again at the bottom of the deck with the Lovers. Partnership. And in the future, what is in the future position? Queen of Pentacles falling sideways. Virgo energy. Someone that maybe needs to nurture themselves more. But right now they're at a standstill. Their rewards, something is standing in the way. What is the goal here? To keep putting in the work, using your force to progress. Working, using your talents and skills through multiple changes. Changes that were coming in quickly. Obstacles that were coming in quickly. Making you feel trapped. And though justice was not coming in, you felt like you had to sit and wait. I feel you were guided to be patient because there was a lot of other forces unseen attacking you while you were working. Actually, it was this way. there's someone coming in to make an offer, or someone came in and made an offer. This is feeling very much so like past energy, with being stuck, with karma, with justice not being served yet. And in the subconscious position, the Emperor. Or did you get into your Emperor status, your Emperor energy, using your leadership skills, taking management of yourself and your movement for your stability? You took a leap of faith. Yes, I believe that is you in the present time. The Emperor energy. Having that fire. Taking a leap of faith. And what is the advice? Oh. Advice on someone trying to bring you Ten of Swords to your progress, your exploration, your financial gain. Someone wants to ruin it. This is what you're being advised of. Someone deceitful, disloyal, that wants to call judgment down on you. Or you know what else I'm picking up? This could be that Emperor poser and that Queen of Pentacles that we've been hearing about in other reads. That they've been doing things only for money and they need courage. But things that they've put out putting work in is coming back to them. This Emperor. Judgment is being called down. This is just coming out a different way of how judgment and karma will be served. What is the external factor? What is an external factor? A King of Cups that's in despair, high anxiety. And what is the hope and fear? We're definitely going to have to pull more cards to see what's going on here exactly. Because there's a lot of people on the board, and now we have this dang Page of Swords energy that wants a victory. There's a lot of people at play here, contemplating, trying to connect with their ancestors and spirit guides, or those trying to meditate going into your Akashic records. And what is the outcome? Balancing act. The balancing act that they are putting on of being happy. What about this balance? Give me one more on the balance, since all the other cards have two. Give me another card on that. An Empress sideways. Oh, this is some heavy stuff because there's a lot going down. Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck. All for financial opportunity. They were doing this, behaving immature, paying attention to material things, and they were fearless in their actions, in their work, that they see now is coming back on them. They had the courage, they came for it, and in the past, they didn't get karma. It's been blocked. But they were stuck. They're stuck mentally in their head. This is feeling like spiritual prison. So in this present time, the future actually, it says this position. A Queen of Pentacles is blocked. There's an Emperor here that we're going to find out about. And the advice is they're coming to a ruin for their foresight, their plans, their moves that they explored. And externally, a peer, a friend, a father figure, someone that seemed to be nice, a King of Cups energy, is all in their head, not able to sleep because they're aware of these swords that are coming in, the destruction of what they were trying to build. This Page of Swords energy is communicating what they're learning, being swift, having rewards and victory, while there's an Empress on her back, not an upright Empress that's trying to balance herself out. Peace is coming. Balance and harmony is coming for this friend group. What do we need to know about this Ace of Pentacles and their courage? They're exhausted. Well, they're not exhausted. It's in reverse. They're still on this journey. They're not done yet. But karma is here, and the consequences for the cause and effect of their debts, the work that they did put in. And what about the past? The past of this karma. They are stuck, tied down to, with their own obsessions and infatuations, that has had them in a heart fog, receiving mixed signals, not knowing what voice they were hearing to follow or their guidance. And they don't want this distance. They don't want any separation from what they've been doing. But it's coming to a finality. This karma, they're getting their consequence. This Queen of Pentacles that's not in the upright, that has cloudy judgment, living in illusions, unbalanced, and distorted. And this Emperor, someone that has an inner knowing, listens to their inner knowing, but they don't have the bond, the connection. They're not a part of this family, this group that's spying on them. So this Emperor is in the upright. They wanted his pentacles, his abundance. This is the person that they've been coming after, spying on social media, trying to gain information and ways to move, to strategize. But they saw this Ten of Swords coming in. They were advised. They were aware. They had the foresight. And what about this foresight in this Ten of Swords? They knew that the truth was not revealed. There was no honesty, no clarity in this situation. They smelled something funny. Something was off. They're not tired. This is their pentacle, their courage. They've been on a long journey, but they're not depleted. Justice was withheld, and they may have been confined emotionally, mentally, because of these obsessions in this heart fog and not keeping distance from this Queen of Pentacles that's not clear, that's in an illusion. So this Emperor followed this Queen of Pentacles, thinking that her judgment was clear. This is where the trip up began. Because this this Emperor was not clear. And they did not keep a distance from someone that was living in an illusion. This is how you can taint your energy, swerve off your path by not listening to your own intuition. This Emperor did not listen to their intuition. They did not realize that this family group had no bond. There was no connection. And they were not clear. They didn't know the truth about them wanting to Ten of Swords them. They didn't see that. This Emperor was in a King of Cups energy. Now they're stuck in their head because they're learning and gaining communication. Of rewards. And the balance of, I believe that they can't get to this Empress. That's why it's sideways. They're blocked from her because they were connected to this Queen of Pentacles. But now they feel like it's only you they should be devoted to. And they're craving you. Same story, different day. Reason being, because there was a lot of guys in this group and females. Give me a card on this Empress sideways and balance. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, this is who is blocked from them that they wanted to have a commitment to now. I am seeing this clearly. And this Empress apparently moved swiftly, learning, gaining the communication needed that brought them to their breaking point of having to balance out what they were doing and this commitment that this person wanted. And they were not about this lusting, forbidding, non-committal relationship. They came to their breaking point and blocked them out. The chemistry was gone. There was no more attraction, no passion. And what about this work that was being put in? These arrows that's going right back. You're not trapped. You ghosted the situation of a twin flame that now wants a new beginning. That's always the moral of the story. One that grows and heals, and the other one that doesn't, that wants to come after them. And they are always wanting to come in as a king of cups, as though they're kind and thoughtful and considerate. But this was a karmic lesson. Now they have to suffer the cause and effect of those debts. They have to pay the consequences for taking this immature, materialistic, only seeing what's exactly right in front of them and not more, not going beyond. And they're getting readings because they're spying, obsessing. They don't like this distance. And there's no strings attached. Give me a card on this obsession and this justice that was being brought to a standstill. This thug. This thug is the one that's been obsessing. A thug that wanted to call himself an emperor, a king of cups. Yeah. It's not shocking to you that they're in massive regrets. This emperor is tracking you. This energy that's always hot and cold and detached, that you're ghosting, that may have ghosted you. Either way it goes, they are getting their karmic justice. They may have been trapped with this Queen of Pentacles with a false DNA or pregnancy test. Tell us more about this Queen of Pentacles. A backstabber. They're learning that this is a backstabber. Someone that's breaking their heart. Because, see, this emperor energy that declined to use their intuition, that has no bond to you, and is not the father of this baby that they were trapped with, now feeling hot and cold, GPS tracking you. They know that they're in a ruin and they're looking to their future, but they have no clarity of where that's going. What do they need to know? They are not free. They are not free to move on. No need to feel like shit. They're hiding that. We already know. This was all a reckless love. Sex. Now this King of Cups, wannabe emperor energy is all in their head. Seeing that you're happily single and learned this karmic lesson. What else do we need to know about this King of Cups that's watching you, seeing that you're living happily single, has them all in their head. They didn't give self-love. They didn't give you love because they can't love themselves. So you turned your back. Rightfully so. Because you're not a part of this non-committal, lustful energy. And you don't have any legal matters. You have no part in this karmic debt. Because they now want to come and have a commitment where they should have been devoted. Now they're blocked from the true Empress. Now they're constantly thinking about having this new beginning. That's their goal. Because they realize that you were the actual true contract that they ran from. They were not trapped. You're not trapped. But now, this justice that has been blocked, well, so they thought it was blocked because they've been sitting in a self-imprisonment of obsession, keeping them in a heart fog, not liking this distance, this thug. And it's not shocking news to you. But you're not exhausted. Give me another card on this Empress that they wanted to have this commitment to. Not missing them. Got clarification quick on that. And now they want to come in and say, I love you. Why? To save their own ass. Because they were backstabbed by the person they backstabbed you for. What else do we need to know about this couple that met up with this backstabber? Oh. They have some issues. They like to steal. They're a thief. So he got himself in the past stuck with a thief that was already in their own self-imprisonment. Already obsessing. So they met someone like them. A Bonnie and Clyde. They thought this was their ride or die, but their ride or die stabbed them. There's no dedication. No loyalty among thieves. This backstabber is no longer a sneaky link. It's well known. She's just a hoe. A sneaky hoe that has to connive and lie to get a man. What? Kinky ways, fantasies. She wanted to fulfill the fantasies, but now they're underwater. They went too deep. They've betrayed each other. Neither one saw the red flags. Neither took heed, these two. Both being players that were whining and dining each other during cuffing season. Love bombing each other while they're both codependent. Now finding that out, they want to make a quick getaway. They're each fed up with each other, finding out that they're only frenemies. Tiptoeing, not wanting to be caught. But there's big epiphanies happening because shit's being taken away and they're having legal matters and there's a lot of evidence. They got a long way to go and everybody's sipping this huge cup of tea on these lost motherfuckers, and you got your receipts. They can sing the blues all day long. Yeah, they should be scared. Yes, they should be in distress. Because they all participated. Whether it was gossiping, lying, stealing. You have no connection. You're not a part of this. This is between this Bonnie and Clyde crew. This shapeshifter that claims to be an emperor pretends to have the personality of a king of cups, They're all in their head because they know justice is here. They can keep singing that blues because the universe don't care. The debt must be paid. The scales must be balanced. Peace.